most people don't struggle to drop body fat in the winter, spring or autumn time. They struggle to drop body fat and stay consistent in the summertime. And this is the exact same cycle that I was stuck in for years and years upon end. Between January and May, I'd be on track. I'd be so consistent. I was dropping body fat. And then June, July and August, life felt like it got busy. Social occasions started to come thick and fast. And I felt like I couldn't prioritise myself anymore. And you're probably watching this, nodding along. Like the kids finish school, life gets busy. People are out more, the weather's nice, social occasions start to come more frequent, and you start to feel like you actually can't prioritise your weight loss journey anymore. But you know that the cycle that this creates is the body fat that you've dropped for the first 5 months of the year, you've done amazing, and then through summer you gain it all back again, life gets busy again, and you find yourself in this constant loop year upon year upon year. And let's be honest, it's frustrating, it's tiring, right, when you're spending every single year dieting for summer just to gain it all back again, right? And this is exactly why I'm going to be showing you today exactly how you can go through this summer, still enjoy social occasions and be able to navigate them as well as possible, so you can still enjoy days out with your kids, meals out with your partner, or even beer garden days in that matter as well. And I'm actually going to be showing you exactly how, and the 3-step system that I implement with myself and my own clients to help them achieve transformations right way throughout summer without putting their life on hold. So with that being said, let's get ourselves straight on into this. So first things first, this is the Summer Social Event Navigator, right? So this is going to be our 3-step system to manage social occasions and still drop body fat this summer. So how am I so confident, right? How am I so confident that using these 3-step systems and you actually using these 3-step systems, how am I so confident that if you implement them, you're going to achieve the confidence that you want by the end of summer, the body fat loss that you want by the end of summer, and you actually go into the end of the year feeling fantastic within yourself, not feeling like you've let yourself down, you've messed up, or you've regained all your weight back again? Well, obviously on the left hand side is my own transformation. I've dropped 34 kilo over the last 2.5 years, navigating 2 summers extremely well, but also alongside that I've spent 2 periods of time traveling Southeast Asia for 3-month periods and still dropping body fat throughout that period of time, and actually still being able to hold on to my results that I've achieved right way throughout that time without having to put my life on hold as well. Next to me, you'll see Abby, who absolutely smashed it as well, dropping 60 pounds of body fat in her time working with herself as well, navigating 2 summers without putting her life on hold, still being able to have days out with a partner, and actually still being able to go on trips abroad with her partner and still drop body fat as well. And this is the transformation that she achieved at the end of summer off the back of that as well. Next to her, we have Georgina. Georgina done her photo shoot in October time as well, navigating a summer period after starting with ourselves in the November prior. And as you can see, she achieved a absolutely fantastic transformation while still navigating summer, while still having trips away, and while still actually being able to enjoy beer garden weather right way throughout that summertime. And then we got Joel at the end, who started at 126 kilo and finished at 89 kilo as well, and navigated 2 summers, social occasions every single weekend, but also he's a massive football fan, so enjoying football days and away days and still being able to spend time with friends and family right way throughout summer and achieving a transformation that he actually didn't believe was possible at the very beginning. So let me talk you through the 3-step system that we implement for myself, but also within our clients that you can implement yourself to make sure you go through this summer without having to put your life on hold and without feeling like you have to give up because life gets busy again. So let me just zoom out of this. First things first, the step number 1 is going to be strategic. So this is probably a little bit of a different bit of advice that probably most coaches won't give yourself, but be strategic with where you put your social occasions, right, and where you put your training sessions. So what I mean by this is if you have a social occasion, for example, of a Friday, time your training session to be the day after this. Obviously, most importantly, you've got a reason to get up and get moving again, which is really important, especially after alcohol's potentially being involved. But you can also utilize the food, the carbohydrates that are being consumed, and potentially the extra calories that you've consumed on your social occasion to utilize with your resistance/weight training sessions or your circuit-based sessions, Hyrox-based sessions, your runs, whatever that may be. So you've actually got more energy to perform on that given session as well. So this probably won't be a tip that you hear from most coaches, but this was actually something that I implemented a lot myself, was actually timing my training session for the day after the social occasion so I had more energy to go into it as well. This isn't a thing of training to burn off calories or training to punish yourself. This is just actually utilizing potentially the extra calories you've consumed for better performance as well. So that is step number 1. Step number 2 is going to be a protein modified fast. I was going to actually show you and break this down for yourself. I'm going to explain it verbally instead of writing it down as well, because my pen actually won't work on this video as well. But step number 2, protein modified fast, right? So this is a strategy that I personally use and my clients still use every single time you have a social occasion. If you utilize this, you're going to save so many calories to use on your social occasion on any given day as well. So what I'm going to break this down for yourself as, if you are someone that normally has your first meal of the day at 9 a.m, 10 a.m, what you want to be doing is delaying and fasting until about 12/1 p.m. on the day of your social occasion, right? So let's say you are going for a meal out with your partner, day out with your kids, or for example, even just a little bit of a beer garden night, right? And let's say you are going at 6 and 7 p.m. and you want to utilize more calories, you want to enjoy the food, you want to enjoy a few beers, you want to enjoy a few glasses of wine, a few cocktails, etc. This will work really well, because if you start your day eating at 8 a.m, then you eat at 12 p.m, and then you eat at 3 p.m. before your social occasion comes, the chances you've overconsumed on your calories by the end of that day, potentially cancelled out your calorie deficit, which is of course what we need to drop body fat, is going to be extremely high. So when you utilize this method, it saves you hundreds, if not thousands of calories to use in the night time. So delay your first meal of the day till around 12/1 p.m. Make sure that this first meal is protein focused. So making sure that you can utilize things like, it could be eggs, bacon medallions, chicken sausages, chicken breast, but also making sure that you utilize some form of fiber alongside this. So this can be fruits, this can be plenty of veg as well, and making sure that the priority of that meal is protein and basically fruit and veg, and utilizing that the best way that you possibly can, because these foods are A, going to keep you fuller for longer, but B, obviously are really high in volume. You get a lot for the amount of calories that you use as well. And I would recommend using around 20% of your calories to 25% of your calories in that first meal of the day, and then saving the rest of your calories for the evening. So just a little bit of a breakdown example of this. Let's say you've got 2,000 calories and that is your daily calorie target. If you use 400 calories in your first meal of the day around 1 p.m, and making sure that it's protein and fiber focused, you are therefore going to have around 1,600 calories to use in the evening of your social occasion, which is a hell of a lot. And of course, by delaying that first meal of the day, what you are doing is decreasing that eating window between the first meal and the last meal, making sure you stay fuller through the afternoon and you're not snacking, but also you've got more calories to use in the evening time as well. Hopefully I've explained that and been able to be really clear with that as well. I always recommend potentially pairing step number 2 with step number 3, okay, which is calorie banking. This is a strategy that's really useful to create a little bit of wiggle room for events that further down the line. So let's say that next Saturday you are going on a social occasion. It can be obviously any sort of social occasion through the summer, right? And you want to be able to enjoy your meal, enjoy a few glasses of wine, enjoy a few beers. This is massively recommended, right? So what I want you to look at this as, right, it's a really helpful tool to stay in line with your target, right? Your target on a week by week basis. So an example of this is reducing your calories by anywhere between 150 to 200 is my recommendation. But if you really want to use as many calories as possible in a social occasion, as long as you're prepared to do so, you could maybe drop this up to like 300 to 400 on the days leading up to your social occasion. But I would personally be recommending anywhere between 150 and 200 calories saved and pulled back on Monday to Friday. So what this will create is a further 1,000 calories. You will save 1,000 calories to use on the day of your social occasion, and in this instance we're going to be using it on a Saturday. So let me show you how it looks. So daily calorie target, I want you to imagine our daily calorie target in this instance is going to be 2,000. The weekly target is going to be 14,000, and we're going to be focused on saving 200 calories per day. I want to be saving 200 calories per day, so on the Saturday I can use an extra 1,000. Okay, so this is the chart that we're going to be looking at, that you'll be able to see. Monday to Friday, we're going to be focusing on pulling back that 200 calories from our 2,000 daily target, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, because on the Saturday in this instance, I want to be using an extra 1,000. So I want to use the 1,000 calories that I've saved on the day of my social occasion, so I don't have to panic too much about calories. I don't have to really be worrying about it, and I can actually enjoy the options that I want to choose. This is a massive helpful tool for absolutely anyone, right? And as you can see, across the board for the entire week, we have still only consumed 14,000 calories. So you've hit your weekly target by still enjoying that social occasion, but all you've done is be a little bit more strategic with your days leading up to that social occasion itself by saving 200, right? So Monday to Friday, we've saved our 1,000. Saturday, we've used that 1,000 extra by eating 3,000 calories. We're still inside the target. And the following day, we don't punish ourselves or anything like that. We just get back to basics, going back to 2,000 calories, and making sure that we partner calorie banking, step number 3, and also step number 2 together is so useful and will be the exact reason, right, that you stay on plan right the way throughout summertime without sacrificing your social life and still actually come out to the other end of summer feeling confident in your skin, happy in your own skin, and most importantly, going into that back end of the year still feeling confident and not feeling sluggish and putting off on your weight loss journey as well. So hopefully that makes sense, showing you exactly how that works on a week-by-week basis. And this is something, if you've got a social occasion every day in summer, you can implement for sure. You can continue to implement this every single week. And this is going to be something that I implement every single week to actually be able to maintain my results through summer as well, which is really, really important. Instead of going wild and allowing myself to go crazy 3 to 4 days of the week, because showing you this strategy shows you can still drop body fat, still stay inside the target, but still enjoy your social occasions as well. And I'll always say this, the results lie in the response. You see, the guys that I was showing you before, obviously I've took myself out to this, right? Abby, Georgina, Joel, plus hundreds of our clients over the years. Their results that you see here have lied in the response. But these guys, very, very similar to yourself, used to be in a position where they struggled to respond well. After a social occasion, they used to feel guilty. They feel like they messed up. They started to over-restrict themselves. They'd find themselves over-restricting themselves and binging. And they were in this cycle every single year, what we call the yo-yo dieting cycle and restarting again Monday cycle. This is also a cycle that I was stuck in. And they struggled the same way I did to respond in a positive way without feeling like they let themselves down. And this is why we created the Seen and Heard support system inside of our one-to-one coaching program as well, as so all of our clients feel seen, heard and supported after any one of these social occasions. Because when you struggle with your weight your entire life, it's very easy to fall into the trap of feeling like you messed up, you felt guilty for having a social occasion, right? And therefore you go through 3 months of summer never actually being able to get back on track and get things moving again. You gain all your weight back again, and before you know it, you feel even worse than you did the year beforehand. And it's a constant loop and a cycle that I was stuck in for years, and I see so many men and women stuck in, and this is exactly why I'm on a mission to help people change that. And that is why I implemented the Seen and Heard support system, a support system that actually helps our clients continuously bounce back after social occasions and making sure that they're supported so they can stay consistent week upon week and still get results week upon week, even right the way throughout summertime. So if you're interested and you actually want to know more information on how I can actually help you implement this and actually hold you accountable right the way throughout the summertime as well, to make sure you're coming out to the back end of it feeling confident, happy and still responding well off the back of your days out and your holidays with the family, then just check the description below this video. I'm actually going to be doing a really big giveaway as of next Monday, as of the time when we're recording this. So what I want you to do, if you've watched this and you're interested and you would like more info, all I want you to do is send me over a DM or a message or an email with the word, with the number 6, and I'm going to be sending you an exclusive offer on our coaching program that is going to be linked in with the giveaway that we're going to be doing as well. So with that being said, a little bit of a quick overview as well is actually be strategic. Number 2, delay your first meal of the day with a protein modified fast and focus on calorie banking. And of course, if you've got any questions with any of this, please feel free to fire them over to me as well, because this is exactly how you're going to go through summer this year, still drop body fat and not have to put your life on hold, because life is too short to put your life on hold. Plus, we're all human and social events are part of life, and learning how to lean into them, navigate them and still drop body fat is going to be the exact reason, and is the exact reason that these guys on the screen have achieved the body fat transformations and are still maintaining their results to this day. So, of course, as I said, if you like more information, check the description below. There'll also be attachments to a few other videos that are going to be similar to this to help you out throughout summertime as well. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next one, and any questions, fire away. Let's go.